With all the hijinks and calamity in the market yesterday, you would have thought an ETF was announced, then denied, then announced, then denied, then announced, then denied. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea, hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning tea. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the winds blow. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the The FOMO index has inched up to 71 from yesterday's 69. Bitcoin dominance is 51.6%. 24-hour volume is 54 billion. The overall market cap is 1.41 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, what happened yesterday? Like, what happened? You would have thought that a couple of head fake ETF announcements came out the way the market dipsy-doodled like Elaine's weird dance on Seinfeld. After giving mad respect to our triangle's resistance, it broke up, picking out at 37.4. Then hardcore rejected back down and out of our triangle, tapping our ascending channel's resistance level, now acting as support. Then thought, no, it's a good day to be a bull. And rallied straight back up, picking out this time at 37.7, and has fluttered down to a time of production 37.3. I think I'll change this triangle to another ascending channel with breakout points up at that hard nut to crack 38K. And if we see continued bearish pressure mixed with little to no retail action, I wouldn't be surprised to see price action test this support down at 36.9. Now over on the ding dong. We're still cruising along inside this ascending triangle. We've essentially closed every candle inside her, which builds the bullish case for a breakout up 37.7, but keep your papers on support holding down 37.1. We needed a hold. And when asked how simpin' cock rich kid Cuban Prime Minister Justin Trudeau felt about his wife shacking up with a doctor before the finalization of their divorce, Justin replied, well, this was a long time coming, as she was the one who pulled me out of the closet. Is that a dad alert? Yes, it is. Seems we have some old school textbook bearish diversion on the RSI. As price action has made higher highs, while the RSI has made lower highs. This is a signal we may see some downward bearish action, and I'll explain more about bearish diversion on the RSI right away on the live stream. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun is up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days. Yeah, we're lucky enough to have him anyway, so get out there and knock him dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. And that's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee, join me for a quick one, and please sing it with me now. Around the banks of boom dash bank, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa. Ching. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Squeaky McGee. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Squeaky McGee. Happy birthday, Squeaky McGee. Fitty. The big 5-0. I'm sure all YouTube channels saying subscribers are happy birthdays. No big deal, Squeaky McGee. 50. What an honor it is to grow old, isn't it? A lot of people don't get to do that. So, how grateful can one person be on this beautiful, sunny day? Planet Earth, isn't that right, Rosario Mingo? Mingo for short. Didn't know you're getting free tickets to the gun show, mad faded baby. Well, where are we? 36.9. See, Jesus. I didn't really think we'd get there by now. I guess head over to the charts right away. Thank you, Dust Peach, for your help here. This is what we said in the video, that if we, didn't get up here, we'd likely coast down, just feather down ever so slightly to our ascending channels resistance, which is now support because we switched it. I guess I can take this one off. Let's take it off for now so we don't get too confused. This is our new one. Here's resistance, here's support. Look at that. Ting! Right off the line. Now, is this the 38.2% fib? Oh, snap. I should have known. I'm surprised I didn't add that into the old video. It was a quick video. I remember when I was done, I'm like, is this the shortest video I've ever done? It was like 4.5 minutes. Usually they're 5.5 minutes. So there's 60 seconds there. I could have added in the 38.2% fib. But who knows? So this is what this is where we're at. We want to hold this because if we do, well, if we don't hold it, I guess I'll put that back. We're going to be down into this ascending channel again. We may get a bounce right off here. The 50. Oh, snap. Look, it's also the 50% fib. Look how that works. 50% fib and the 50 moving average, 36.6. John Superfresh turned 50 on November 9th. Couple of 50-year-olds here. Some 50-year-old honorees. Will Bird, check your Twitter again. You sent me a picture with the top of your head. We'll get there. We'll get there, Will Bird. High-res picture, full face. And hair. And head if you can do that. That makes it a lot easier. So we are talking about... Here's the ding dong. We're talking about bearish divergence. Will Bird, he's 52. 45 for me yesterday. Holy smokes, this is a birthday month. Dickie Tweddle, 45 yesterday. Will Bird's 50. John Superfresh turned 50 November 9th. Mr. Andy Walk, 44. Tara Rooster, no, I didn't get yours. Can you resend it? Or could you tell me where you sent it to? Maybe I'll just double check again. Because when it comes to the Instagram or the Twitter, I mean, the best bet is to email. BCL60 is email pianomattyb@gmail.com because I always look at that. The Twitter and the Instagram is the least looked at, I guess I go to. Anyway, let's get back here to look at that. We said to keep our peepers on this line. We wanted to maintain our integrity of this ascending triangle. Now, we've done this many times. We come out, we wick down, and then we come up. So it's no big deal. We just got to make sure we close inside. I'd like to tuck maybe inside for the day. The day is still early. A lot of things can happen. Usually well, I don't even know if this is a thing, but I tend to feel that when we get a quick price break somewhere around this time, 8:30ish, usually reverses. So it's no big deal. James Coulter, if you're in your 50s, you had the epic experience of being a teenager in the 80s, greatest decade ever. Yes, it was. I guess I was a teenager at the end of the 80s, but I do consider myself growing up. I'm an 80s child for sure. And it was what a decade the 80s were. Hold on, let's get back to this explanation of bearish divergence. And I know a lot of people already know it, but just in case you don't, and I throw it around like everyone knows it, bearish divergence is a very simple concept of price making. Why is that so low? Oh yeah, my thing crashed. Let's get this bigger. Come on. My Brave crashed, and just bigger. How do you get this bigger? There we go. No. This is annoying. Make it yellow. Bigger? Does that make it bigger? Does that make it bigger? Okay. Oh well. We're gonna have to deal with that. That is as soon as the stream's over, I'll click one button and it'll make it big. That's how this works. Price action has gone up, and then the RSI, relative strength index, has gone down. Now, what that means in a metaphor is we have price action going up, but there's no strength in the market to support the move. So if you can imagine the coyote on the cliff, he's running against what does he chase? What does the coyote chase? The Roadrunner. Jesus. I call myself a child of the 80s. It's running off the cliff, and it's running. It's like, I got this. I'm bullish. The price is going up. And then he looks down and realizes there's nothing beneath him. There's no strength in the relative strength index. And usually it dictates a rather, quickish correction. And maybe that's what we're seeing. Like, if one were to speech, if I may, one may call this a quick little correction. Now, what I'd like to see is maybe the RSI correct up and take out this distortion. Let me get back up to there. Then, it's still a little bit of hidden bearish divergence, but it's more of a cumulative phase at that point. This is when price action goes up and relative strength index goes down. That's a classic textbook negative or bearish divergence. And hopefully, if you didn't know what that meant, maybe you do now. I'm assuming most people did, but a lot of people don't, and they just never ask, because it's kind of like when you're in your class and the teacher says, does anyone have any questions? And you look around and no one has questions, and you're like, neither do I. So that is negative bearish divergence, and hopefully it helped one or two people out here. 125 likes will get a Duke out here to do some singing shout outs of people tuning in. Let's go back to the chart. 36.8. Okay, so go back to this 4-hour banger here. We're outside. We are now back in our old ascending channel. A place where you don't want to be. Retro Mike Tech, YouTube, stop notifying me on pianomattyb lies. How am I supposed to troll Creighton and Dave if I don't have the notifications? Yeah, that's the brutal part of YouTube. I mean, you think the least they can do is maintain being able to notify people who put on the notify button. My recommendation, I don't even know if this works, Retro Mike Tech, is to unsubscribe, then subscribe, and then click the notification just to refresh it. You know, as someone trapped in the Apple ecosphere, my answer for everything is just restart it. Restart it. It'll be fine. The 80s was a roller coaster if you were an adult in your 20s. Yeah, I bet. The 80s would have been a whole different story. But here's the thing. As long as you're Gen X, and I don't really know when the cutoff is, whether you grew up as a teenager or your 20s in the 80s, the 80s and 90s was the last beacon of true humanity's innocence and freedom, because we were sheltered from a lot of what we didn't know what was going on. So you might say what we didn't know couldn't hurt us because we didn't have the communication infrastructure we have now, aka the internet. So, you know, if you didn't turn on the news at 6 o'clock and watched your station in your city deliver the news that they were told to deliver by their surrogate parent company that were in the bigger territories, then you really didn't know anything. And that wasn't a bad thing, because if you don't know anything, you just lived your life like you were a kid in the 80s or the 90s, which were even better. I love the 90s. Earth scum. 80s kids were the last to make our Santa wish list from the Sears catalog. Yeah, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but when I grew up in Saskatoon for 4 years, when I was maybe 6 to 10 or 7 to 10 or something like that. So as a kid, those are long years. Like I feel I lived in Winnipeg way longer than I ever did in Saskatoon, but I still feel like I grew up in Saskatoon. We had something called the Consumers Distributors. And it was like the first glimpse of Amazon, if you really think about it, because basically it was Retro Mike Tech. Thank you for the super chat. What does it say here? It's going up here, going up faster. Dave told me to send endless super chats until the YouTube algorithm decides to fix itself. Yeah, you show that algorithm. I'm going to show that algorithm. I'm just going to keep super chatting till it finally notifies me. Good thinking, Retro Mike Tech, and thank you for the super chat. Consumer Distributors was the first little glimpse at Amazon, because you walked in, and as a kid, I didn't really get it. Well, let's go to Consumer Distributor. Okay, well, let's go get something. You had to look in this massive catalog, and then you took it up to, it was kind of like those automobile parts now. I can't remember what they're called. That you need a part, you need like a ding dongle for your fibriatrix, and you go in there, I need this ding dongle for my fibriatrix, and then they go into the warehouse and they bring it up. That was Consumers Distributors. And so that's what we would do. We would go and make a list from the catalog, and then, you know, we give it to our parents. And if your parents were like mine, and God love them, they were good parents. But they were 80s parents, and they're wild 80s parents. 80s parents had no qualms smoking in the car, windows up. No qualms. What's the big deal? I got to smoke. You know, is smoking bad? We don't know this. The big tobacco company is telling us it's good for you. So, you know, well, I'll go with that until 10 years, 15 years later. So... yeah, they would smoke in the car, windows up as a kid. Those no seatbelts, right? Seatbelts, optional at best. And so, did I get a lot of those Christmas presents? Not really. But I didn't really care. Christmas was an exciting time we had family and stuff like that. So that's what kind of made my Christmas. And the thing is, if you never really got Christmas presents, the ones that you wanted, the draw of getting those presents kind of waned as you got older. So it was like I was waned off the Christmas. I was waned off Christmas. I'm not going to say that one. Waned off Christmas due to a lack of presents, which is good. David Sony Music, 130 more subscribers makes 10K for pianomattyb. That's right, getting close to 10,000. It's been the last 200 subscribers up to 10,000. I feel like has been the hardest. Maybe it's because we're in the deep, dark part of the bear winter and we're coming up. Who knows?
But looking forward to 10K. Well, 10K, I'll start the album. I'll start finishing it and doing the tweaks. Then we'll release it right in the heart of the bull market. Big G money. Parents didn't smoke, but put out ashtrays every party and every other adult smoked. Yeah. Well, I remember when I smoked back like 30 years ago or 20 years ago, when we would go to Christmas parties, still then, there was one in my mom's apartment once where it was an apartment and everyone was smoking in this apartment. It was so disgusting. And there was people there that didn't smoke. Can you imagine being a non-smoker going into an apartment filled with 8 people smoking? Would have been crazy. Dave Digital, are we getting together Thanksgiving at the Jimmy, Matty? Well, for the Americans, which is 96% of the people on this feed, is Thanksgiving Friday or is it Thursday? Let me know in the chat. I'll be looking for that. Either way, doesn't matter. We will be open. We'll be going on Friday and Saturday. We already had our Thanksgiving. Was it 2 weeks ago? Or did we have it? Yes, we did. Ours is in October. It's a long time ago. But I know that you guys have it in November. And this is where things Thursday. Okay. So Thursday, Scotty Moe, Tara Rooster, Sarah. So does that mean Friday is your holiday or Friday is back at work if you have a job? Storm chasing video, don't miss the funky smell coming home from the bars when everyone smoked. I know. Well, that's the thing. If you smoked, you didn't really care, right? You wake up the next day, you pillow, just stinking. I was a bartender at a bar, a day bar once. Most have Friday off. Scotty Mo says, yeah, okay, well, we'll be playing Friday anyway. And it was a 12 to 8 shift. And not only would I smoke as a dummy little kid, but everyone else would smoke along the bar. So there'd be like 8 people just blowing smoke in my face. And then when I would need a break, I'd go over to the side and I would smoke right there. It's so bizarre. Didn't think anything of it. 150 likes gets Duck out here. Looks like he's getting a whole week off here, Monday and Tuesday. Earth Scum Friday is Black Friday, shopping day if you're adventurous. Today, Storm Chasing Video. Today is the last business day of the week in the USA. Everyone takes Wednesday off as an F-off day, and everyone is off until Monday. Oh, okay, so one might say we may see little to no action for the next few days because everyone's on holidays, traveling, etc., etc. Crypto is 24/7, but I get it. However, we may see, what would it be? It would be if you guys have Thursday Thanksgiving dinner, let's just say Thursday, would we see some action, some retail action from people getting an earful about the bull market coming up and then going home, aping in, getting on an exchange, buying some crypto, hopefully Bitcoin? Maybe that's what we'll see. Maybe a little pump Thursday or Friday. If not, I can see us kind of sitting here, 37K maybe until Monday over here, or it'd be right around here. So you might inch up a bit. Hopefully we can stay at 37. Tara Rooster, Wednesday is kind of considered the travel day for Thanksgiving Day heading north. Oh, I get it. UFO, not in the 80s. My older brother Billy and older sister Erin wouldn't let my brother Danny see the Sears toy catalog, so Danny grabbed it and took it to the back lawn and peed on it. Well, that makes sense. I mean, you gotta let everyone know your boundaries, right? If they're not going to let you look at the category, look at the catalog, well, guess what? No one's going to look at this catalog, and he peed on it. Well, that's the smart little. It's typical youngest child, because the thing about the youngest child is that they can take things to the next level because they're the youngest child. You know, they're not going to get in as much trouble and everything's relatively cute. Oh, did you see that? He peed on the Sears catalog. Oh, that little Dickens. Now, if it was the oldest child, to be like, you did what? Get into your room. Guess what? No Christmas for you. You think you can just pee on the Sears catalog? No. Your little brother can. That's cute, but you can't. Anyway, that's about it. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great Thanksgiving if I don't see you till then. And hopefully we can get back up and into this ascending channel by tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a great one.
Make sure you like and subscribe.